What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fangirl Football. I'm your host, Stacy Perez, and I am joined tonight by #JustAProducer. That is Jim Bednar, guys. We are here tonight. We are drafting a Kentucky Fantasy Football State Championship, as you know, at the KFFSC. Main event tonight is our first main event that we have got going for Jim and I. I'm going to throw up the draft board here because this draft just got going, and I want to make sure you guys have all the views and everything that you need, so that you can see what we're seeing.
While you're doing that,
Yeah.
we are on the clock. Do you want
Uh-oh.
JSN or Sun God?
Oh, you know I want Sun God all day long.
So I hate to say this in the very first draft, but well, I don't know. Do you think you'll get him more when you go to Kentucky?
Do I think that I'll get? No. Okay, I don't know. It probably depends on where we draft, whether or not we'll get him if we go to Kentucky. But I would like him here
over JSN.
Over JSN, yes.
All right.
And then we can talk about why we like him over JSN.
We don't. You can talk about why you like him.
Why I like him.
Yeah. And just for the content, Sean wanted us to take CMC.
Oh, Sean, that's because Sean saw that thirst trap that CMC posted today of him working out, and his 49ers brain just like couldn't handle it, right? Sean, you're gonna have to come on here and defend yourself in a minute.
Well, he knows.
Thanks to everybody who's hanging out in the chat tonight. We got Bourbon City Ballers. He is in this draft. You guys know that is Kevin Williamson. We also got Tom Smith over here in the draft. Thanks for hanging out. Jamie, what's up? It was good to see you at the expo. Sean, as always, CMC is your hero, 100%. Guys, if you don't know what the format is, how we draft here in the Kentucky State Fantasy Football Championship, what it is we're going to do third round reversal, so that's going to be coming up. But we're going to start 3 wide receivers here. It's a single QB. It's not a tight end premium. It's just a regular PPR. We're going to do the QB. You're going to be 2 running backs, 3 receivers, tight end, and a flex spot. But unlike some drafts these days, we do defense and kickers here. Special defense and special teams, actually. Those are going to be weighted really heavily. So it's not just like your typical draft where, they're going to get you a few points here and there. They're not real important where you can wait till the end of the draft to take them. That is not going to be the case here. This is going to be a 20-round draft, and you are going to see those defenses fly off the board pretty early. So just kind of be aware of that. Watch out. So if you're new to drafting in Kentucky, that is something that is kind of, sets them apart, makes them a little bit more, individual as it compares to a lot of other drafts and formats that are out there. Right now off the board, and I'll just kind of try to keep you guys up to date with this because I know it's kind of a little bit hard to read on the screen. At least it's a little hard for me. I don't know. It's probably just because I'm old. Maybe if I blow my screen up a little bit, I can see it better. But Jim and I are drafting. We are Fangirl Crayons at the 6th spot. Right off the bat, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, Christian McCaffrey goes to Bourbon City Ballers at 5. We took Amon-Ra St. Brown. JSN goes at 7. Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, moving kind of up a little bit. That's a little high for Chase Brown. That might be the highest that I've seen him so far this year with those Winterfell Warriors at 9 spot. Trunk Monkey has got Justin Jefferson at 10. CeeDee Lamb goes to checkmate at 11. The El Chupacabras are on the clock now. This is a 1-minute clock. Everybody, we should probably wrap this in about an hour and a half. So hopefully you guys are here for the long haul. You can hang out with us all night. I don't know what else you'd be doing on a Monday night when there's no football on. There's probably real little baseball on, no hockey yet. So you guys can hang out with us. I don't think there's anything else that should be going on right now. James Cook goes at the 12 to El Chupacabras. I took him last night in the Pros versus Joes. I was very happy with that. Took him at the 9 spot there. Jim, should we talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown now?
You go ahead.
Okay. I feel like I'm talking a lot. I need you guys to jump in. Those of you in the chat to jump in with your comments about our draft. Feel free to roast our draft if you'd like as well. I may not put your comments on the screen though.
Well, we can start talking about the fact that we're 5 picks away and start kind of bandying about the differences here between what we've been seeing in the drafts we've done, or you can knock out your Amon-Ra over JSN point right now.
Okay. El Chupacabras take Saquon Barkley with their second pick at the 12 on the turn. Ashton Genty goes to checkmate at 11. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown here. I just think he's just super consistent. Like the concern that you have with JSN is a little bit of regression. You've got, a new OC coming in after Kubiak moves to Vegas. So there's just a little bit of concern there for me with them. Not that I, have any issue with JSN. I mean, he's in my top 4. Along, every receiver that went off the board in this draft. I have no issue with taking those guys in the order that they went or in the first round at all. But I just have a little bit of concern with the Seattle offense and whether or not it can, kind of produce at the level that it produced last year. Amari Hampton goes at the 10, followed up by Ken Walker the 3rd. Chase Brown, Ken Walker. That's kind of fun. I don't have a lot of Ken Walker this year, and we're not getting him in this draft either. But well, we're not going to talk about, guys, don't worry. We're not going to spoil it and talk about who we are going to take. But we can talk about different builds and things like that as the draft is going on. So in Kentucky, you start 3 wide receivers. So you're going to see a lot of receivers flying off the boards really early. I know in a lot of drafts that if you've been drafting all summer, right, you've probably seen everybody jumping on the double running backs, making those running backs kind of go a lot earlier, pushing them up a lot earlier than they have been in the last few years. But I tend to think that you may see something a little bit different in this draft tonight. Drake London goes to team 8. We are on deck. I should probably look at our queue, huh?
It's don't worry about it. I got the queue.
Jim's driving the bus, thank God, because I'm just running my mouth.
It's kind of interesting that even though you start that 3rd wide receiver in Kentucky, the same players basically gone that are normally gone everywhere else you play right now. If you've been drafting the last month or so, they're just going in kind of a little bit different order from picks. Well, I guess 8 to 2 or 6. We just went. Are we in agreement on this dude right here in the top?
The top of the queue. The top of the queue, absolutely.
Yeah, it's unanimous. Even Sean agrees.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know. There's not really anything surprising about ADP, even though we're in Kentucky. I'm not sure why that is. We'll see what happens when it goes further down. Like you said, Stacy, in Kentucky, typically wide receivers go higher, but I don't really see why. I was hoping to get a little bit of running back value drafting at the 6.
Yeah.
And that Derrick Henry actually goes later in other drafts.
Yeah, Derrick Henry going a little earlier than I've kind of seen, but I don't hate it at all. I'm big into Derrick Henry this year. Tom Smith, I'm going to throw your comment up here. Nothing like getting a negative 20 points from your defense when they give up 30 points. That's what I was talking about, guys. In Kentucky, how the scoring for defense is a little different. You're going to get hit with those negative points. If you don't start one, right? Let's say you've screwed up and you didn't get somebody, they were on a bye week, whatever. Like that'll happen. You're going to get hit with I think a negative 15, something like that, if I remember right, off the top of my head. Yeah. And, also too, when your defense gives up a ton of points, you're going to get hit with a bunch of negative points as well. So, there's not a lot of leagues that do negative points. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind when you're drafting, don't let it go too long without getting a defense. And you're going to get a couple defenses like that. That is absolutely something that you're going to see here. Now, this is a redraft league. So, it's August, right? So we're hitting those redraft leagues now. We did best ball summer. Now it's redraft time, gearing up for the end of the season or the end of, August, September, when the season starts.
Even though it's probably a little early to talk about defense since Tom Smith brought it up, it's probably worth pointing out to most of the fangirl community that there's a strategy where you can not start a defense because you won't, it'll prevent you from getting negative points if you had to leave. I think Stacy's going to talk about some of that in her how-to video series that she's doing. Yep. But since the Kentucky draft is a prize for the one of the prizes for the upcoming draft weekend, this is part of the reason we want to showcase the draft. So even though it's a little bit different from most of the stuff that you'd be drafting on Fangirl because it's an option you can get to that way, we're just bringing it up here. But that defensive strategy is very different from got to be 95% of drafts in the world.
Yeah, I would say this is probably the only league that I play in that has that kind of set up for their defense. But yeah, like Jim was saying, guys, so if you are part of our Fangirl football family, and you are going to be drafting in the Fangirl Championship draft weekend that's coming up here, August 21st through 22nd, hopefully you are. Hopefully you're already signed up. If you're not, you can go to fangirlfootball.com to get signed up now. We'd love to have you join us in Tampa. If you can make it down here. If you can't, we're going to have online leagues available for you to draft that weekend as well. Especially we've got a $100 league. So those of you ladies that are into the high stakes, want to throw a little bit more cash on the line there, you're going to get that cash prize. If you win the league, you're also going to win a free main event entry to the KFFFC in 2027. So that's a pretty big deal. I mean, that's a $300 value that you're going to get along with your cash money that you're going to win. So go sign up for that. We're also going to be giving away a couple more of those main entries thanks to Farrell Elliott over at the commissioner over at the KFFFC. And so, yeah, go check it out. It's going to be a great time. Hopefully you can make it down there to Tampa. We'd love to have you. We're just going to be doing a lot of really cool things in Tampa at this draft event. You know, it's going to be different from any other draft event that you're ever going to go to. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have giveaways. It's really focused on what women enjoy and what women like, because we are Fangirl Football. So we are out there trying to make fantasy a more fun place for women to play. Maybe if Neighbors is, back to 100% and everything that he can be, that we've seen him be, that's a smash in the second round. So we got a Emeka Egbuka going off the board at the 10 spot there. Chris Olave follows. This is kind of where these guys go. Usually see Olave, Chris Olave and Emeka Egbuka, and there's one more wide receiver who's not off the board. I'm not going to throw that name up yet. Don't want to spoil the draft for anybody. Jamie, you cannot be a fangirl, but you can be a fangirl wingman. All of our guys that have been so supportive, all of us, we got Sean, Jim, obviously. Judy's husband Keith is amazing. All the great people that we met at the expo, again, who were just super supportive of what we're doing at Fangirl Football. If you're a guy, you are welcome to help support us, help watch our shows, get the word out to all the women in your lives who do enjoy fantasy. Maybe they want to learn a little bit more. You're going to be our fantasy football, our fangirl wingman. Josh Allen, first QB off the board in round 3. We're up.
So I like Breece Hall here.
Yeah.
I know you don't.
I don't. But you gave me Amon-Ra, so
I know it's a heavy wide receiver start. Yeah. Plus, you're never going to draft him in Kentucky, so it'll be our only share.
Yeah.
I think he's fallen a bit compared to at least Javonte. So
yeah, I mean Javonte.
There's a lot of wide receivers I like here, but we already have 2. So I think all of this.
And he's not one that I have really any shares of at this point. So I again compromise. So I'm good. I'm good with Breece Hall.
Cool, good. That's what we did. I love all the wide receivers here, and I think that's a point. That's a really common theme this year. You can you can start 2 running backs and then get a starting wide receiver on 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5 teams, 6 teams, or the wide receiver 2 on. I'm not going to count them again. So you can go a lot of different ways. But since we took 2 wide receivers, I just wanted to take that dude that's kind of been eluding me on a lot of my drafts anyway. So.
Yeah, he has. And, that's kind of, we've got the same build as a few different teams here. 11 and 10 also have the 2 receivers, and Jamar Chase, Pickens, and Kyron. That's a lot of fun.
I'm pretty comfortable starting 3 wide receivers in most drafts, but especially Kentucky.
Yes.
But I think Hall is the end of a very big tier drop from in the position. So, you could have the next 10 wide receivers. I'd have been fine with it. Which I think most people say when it comes to the 3rd or 4th round. That's everybody's good. That's why people are comfortable going running back early this year, even though I'm still not quite convinced.
Hey, I also just want to shout out to our Instagram followers tonight that are watching us. This is the first time I've tried to do a live on Instagram. It looks like it's working so far, so I don't want to jinx it. But thanks so much for hanging out with us and watching on Instagram. Really appreciate you guys joining us tonight. It looks like we got team one should be. Did they make a pick yet or?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, I think we just there it is. There must just be a little bit of a lag. There they take Jalen Waddle. I'm huge on Jalen Waddle this year. I think he's going at such a value, especially there in the third round, paired with Neighbors and Gibbs. That's a really nice team that Team One's building. What's up, Wendy? Thanks so much for joining us. The one and only Miss Wendy Early, hanging out. Love it. Wendy has got her show Mock Girl Summer. Wendy, are you guys Wednesday or Thursday? You can put that in the chat. Go check out Wendy and Sam. They are excellent at hosting all those mock drafts, getting you guys ready for your drafts, for your leagues. Just seeing what the ADP is out there in our redraft streets. I don't know what you guys have going on this week, if you guys have any guests or not, but Wendy, let us know. Garrett Wilson goes off the board there, and then Tet McMillan is followed by Wilson in round 4. Thursdays at 9 Central. If you want to check out Mock Girl Summer, you can go find Wendy online and hang out with those girls. Those are some awesome ladies doing some great work over at Mock Girl Summer, guys. We are going to be up in a couple picks here. Oh, Cam Scataboo. I have to say his name. I have to really enunciate when I say his name, or else I'm going to call him Scam Cataboo. Which I don't mean to do, but also is funny.
My draft board's going slow. I missed.
And Travis.
There we
go. Oh God, I can't even. Travis, man, do you think that his younger brother also wants people to start calling him?
Come on, Kevin.
Luther Burden.
I don't know what your question was, but I'm going to wait until after we make this pick to answer it.
Okay. All right.
I know that you like the next 2 wide receivers. I'm kind of okay with the tight end here.
Well, I'm definitely okay with one tight end here. That's
I like the other. We can just pass. There's no running backs that I'm super. Well, there is, but it might be too early.
We could take the third tight end, but I wouldn't do that. Not right now. Maybe later.
Okay, so it's either. Let's just take your tight end.
No, that's fine. We don't have to.
Okay, then
we have 17 seconds, so we need to do something.
Then it's McLaurin or Adams.
Okay, go McLaurin, please.
I'm not going to let you know how close that was.
I was looking at the time. That was very close. I didn't notice that we had rolled over there. Thank God there's 2 of us on here. One of us is at least paying attention.
That was the plan.
Really, I can't imagine doing this by myself.
This is the only Kentucky draft that I get. We wanted to show it to your community. It's not streaming and drafting it.
Okay, streaming and drafting is wild because you're over here you got one of you who's just yapping away, and the other one, thank God, is paying attention to the draft board.
Yeah, I won't be very entertaining tonight, I don't think.
That's okay. Wendy took Scary Terry in the Queen's Classic. Guys, the Queen's Classic, if you don't know, is it's a draft that happens at the Fantasy Football Expo, which is in Canton every year. That was almost like a week and a half ago now at this point. But it's 14 teams. And so it's very cool. You get invited to play. And there were 14 of us going in the Queen's Classic this year. Wendy, what spot were you? You were towards the middle, I think. Drafts. I think I had the 5th or 6th pick. I can't remember. But yeah, Wendy took Scary Terry in that. Wendy's got a really great team. She's gonna be tough to beat. Spot 10. Yeah, so she got Terry McLaurin at spot 10. Drafting in 14 team leagues is wild. There's just, I'm taking Josh Jacobs in the 2nd round. It's bananas. Christian Watson off the board there at the 8th spot. I saw a really great interview with Jordan Love on X Day with NFL Network that I want to go back and look, and it just made me like really, really excited for the Packers this season. Not that I wouldn't be excited anyway because I'm a Packer fan, but go Pack go. As you can see, I've got my Packer. This is actually from Wendy. Right here, Wendy made this for me. Even though she's a Bears fan, guys, that's how you know you have a good friend. Trey McBride, second tight end off the board here in the 4th round. That's pretty wild that we went that long without getting another tight end.
I would have been okay.
I don't hate it.
I would have been okay with McBride here.
So we've got a minute before we draft again. Do we need to have the McBride Colston Loveland discussion?
No, but if you don't know,
we can have it for the.
If you don't know, and Stacy loves Colston Loveland, and I don't disagree. I like him as well, and I think that everybody in the entire fantasy football community is lower on McBride than they were at the end of last season. I don't mind. I'm fine with. I think they're equal. I don't think there's like, if you're going to draft more than one team, I think you should have 50% of both. If you're gonna only have one team, then whichever one you like more. I'm still undecided about which one I like more. I think that a lot of the reasons that people don't like McBride are overstated. I think the only one that's valid is Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge thing to worry about. Don't get me wrong, but there's a possibility that they can succeed in spite of him. Not a big one. I just don't. I mean, given how massively talented he is, and I don't think the quarterback situation is as bad as everybody says. I like, and with Brissett, he did fine. Are you worried about them kind of throwing away the end of the season? I guess so, but I don't see you bringing out Beck if you're worried about that. So I just Anyway, I think that they're closer than everybody is starting to make them out to be, and I'm fine owning at this point right now one or the other.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I was huge on Trey McBride last year, and he blew up. He was fantastic. I think Bowers takes that crown back this year, and then I think you're fighting for the 2 spot, the tight end 2. Like exactly like what you said. I mean, just, the issues with Hackett, that is really concerning. Then they've got Love, right? And do you think that an offense that is predicted to be one of the lowest scoring in the league, one of the worst offenses in the league, can actually support several fantasy relevant pieces in McBride, Love, Marvin Harrison, Michael Wilson? And then, you've also got like your other running backs that are back there. So that's kind of what tips the scales a little bit in favor of Loveland for me. Is just, it's a better offense. They're definitely going to be looking for the guy to step up, and who is going to be Caleb Williams' safety blanket there. DJ Moore's gone. DJ Moore is in Buffalo now. So now you kind of have that vacuum, and is it going to be Roma Dunze? Is it going to be Luther Burden? Is it going to be Colston Loveland? And so we don't really know that yet. I tend to think it's going to be Colston Loveland. You can make a good argument for really any of those 3 guys. And who knows, what at the end of the season, who it's ultimately going to be. But I just think it's such a better offense, and especially the way Ben Johnson likes to use his tight end. And then, I don't want to get too much into coach speak, but like all the news that we've been seeing, out of the very few days that we've had of camp so far, I just really think that Colston's in a much better situation than Trey McBride is this season. That's it. That's really it for me. I mean, I've got Loveland just a little bit ahead of McBride, but McBride's not a bad tight end. I don't think he's going to have a bad season. I just prefer Loveland.
Well, regardless of which side you're on, we're not getting either one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which one we're taking. So BTJ, Parker Washington go off the board back to back there. That's kind of a fun thing to think about too, is like who's going to be the guy, in Jacksonville now. Arizona might be worse. Yeah, Tom, man, your Dolphins, oof, that's going to be ugly. I'm sorry for you. I really am. So dude, we're on deck. I mean, there's one in there that I like.
I want to defend myself against Sean, but I'll wait. So, I was going to make an argument for Facial Tootin, but much like the Luther Burden snipe right before it got to us.
Yeah.
I think we always go as if we talked about a guy and he's still there around later, we should take him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm good with Adams here. I know you like him and haven't gotten him in a draft yet. Unless you have an argument for anybody else, I think that's the easy pick.
Yeah, I mean, well, like we just had a big discussion about the tight ends there, so that could be an option as well if we took another.
Well, the other thing is if you like any running backs here, none of them are coming back. 20 seconds.
Yeah, I agree. I would go with Adams here. It's Adams for me.
Okay. I think I picked them. This board is.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know if it's me. It's been raining all day here in Tampa, and I think it's been like making my Wi-Fi kind of slow. But, yeah. So we take Davante Adams off the board there. I mean, I can't imagine why he would have any other different role than the role that he played last year, which is just red zone, machine.
No issue with the player there. I just didn't know if positionally we wanted to go a different direction.
We want to switch it around a little bit. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty well known fact, in fantasy, right? Your second running back is probably your least important position. We've already got a stud running back in Breece Hall, so we can kind of push it a little bit there and take Adams, maybe go grab somebody else. There's still a lot of like really good, running backs that we can grab, on the turn if we want to go that route or if we want to look at something else. So I'm not really all that worried about it at this point. I want to know in the chat, what do you guys think? Who is it going to be? BTJ, Parker Washington, or Jacoby Myers? Like, who's it going to be in Jacksonville? I feel like that's another one where you could just like make arguments for all three of those guys.
Yeah, Jack would have been a good pick.
Yeah. DeAndre Swift goes off the board again. Tom has got those three, really exciting running backs there to pair with Pickens and Chase. Travion Henderson goes to the second team, first team on the clock in the 5th round, running over into that 6th round. Going to start there. Let's see who team 1 takes. They've already got Gibbs, Neighbors, Waddle, Garrett Wilson. I'm interested to see it.
Price and Warren.
Price and Warren, you think so?
Yeah, sure. As long as we're guessing what people are going to do. I don't know if he's listening or not.
Again, just shout out to everybody who's watching tonight and hanging out with us. This is one of our first live draft streams. I think is this our first one of the season?
It's a lot of firsts, man. It's our first live draft stream. It's our first Kentucky draft. It's it was something else I was thinking about earlier, but I forgot. Oh, Fangirl. It was the first Fangirl.
Yeah, exactly. It's our first Fangirl. It's our first high stakes with Fangirl here. First high stakes live stream.
There's one.
Oh, there goes Tyler Warren.
That's the Warren I meant, by the way.
That Warren.
Yes,
you weren't Jalen Warren.
Now I sound like an idiot. I did not think it was going to be.
Nothing wrong with Jalen Warren. Hopefully. I mean, he could go Jalen Warren here if he really did stay 2 Warrens.
Well, then I'd be wrong, though. I want to be right. So. Although
there's somebody interesting I'm going to throw in the Q2.
Not doing it. I know who it is. And
you can't do it again? Okay.
Oh, then I'm wrong. No, I thought. Go ahead. I don't know who it is then.
All right. I'm gonna put them. I got a few I'm gonna throw in the.
That is interesting. I was surprised. That's the one I was waiting
for. We did do a Warren double stack. The law firm of Warren and Warren. Love it. Lamar Jackson goes to pair with Zay Flowers. You don't necessarily have to stack in redraft. It's not as important as it is in best ball. But if you have the opportunity to get Lamar Jackson in the 6th round,
certainly not to the same extent. Damn that.
Yeah. Jordan Tyson, that hurt you a little bit.
Welcome back
Tom
to Kentucky, Jim, where everybody takes all the players you like.
Tom hurt you just a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm glad we have Davante Adams. It's awesome. Yeah. It's great. It makes me so happy.
Well, you don't. What's wrong with Davante Adams? Like, are you worried?
He's not Jordan Tyson. He's not Facial Tootin. He's not.
You're absolutely right. Not either one. None of those players.
I
All right,
was in
Jonathan
the
Brooks,
price
we're on
there.
the clock now.
Yeah, I was in the price there.
Yeah, so we're on the clock
I
now.
know.
Thank goodness somebody's paying attention over here. All right, so far we've got our 4 receivers. We've got 1 running back here. What are you thinking, Jim? Where do you want to head? Where are you going to drive this
I
bus?
want a running back, but I don't want to do any of this. So
You don't want any of those?
it's like
What about number 4 in our queue? What about number 4 in our queue?
It doesn't. Well, hang on.
It's
Do
not.
you want Harold? Can I talk you into Harold Fannin?
You could also. I mean, there's 2 other ones that I threw in there as well, but
Yeah,
you can talk me into Fannin.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Punt it another round. We have 17 seconds.
It's Pollard or Fannin. You can pick.
Fannin, go. That's more upside. I mean, that's really kind of the only. I guess Quinshon Judkins, sure, but I don't really. Not excited about taking any of their Cleveland Browns.
No, but if he's it, he's it.
Yeah.
He's if he. I mean, we're gonna know right away if he can use him or not.
That hurts me a little bit right there. Team 7 taking my boy Tucker Kraft mac and cheese.
Now you know how I feel when Burton. So I don't know, again, in this community, how many people are drafting multiple teams. I'm less worried about it because I know that a lot of people who are playing now are never going to be on any other rosters. And I like taking some of these guys for upside. Yeah. So I'm glad we have Fannin on a team. I'm glad that we have Hall because of what, they represent for upside. There's other arguments, obviously, as to why you would take those players. But knowing that I'm not drafting another Kentucky team and these are the players that I like, you're going to get Kraft, in other leagues. You're going to get the other person I can't think of right now. Oh, probably not Jordan Tyson. That one bugs me. So I am going to be texting you when you're in Kentucky, asking you after every draft if you finally got a piece of Jordan Tyson.
Try to figure out a way to work Jordan Tyson, and I'm sure we can make that happen. Not for nothing, like, right, we this is a high stakes draft. We can take it seriously. But fantasy football is a hobby, guys, right? It's supposed to be fun. This is how you spend your free time, right? So go draft players that you enjoy watching. Like, especially if you're only doing one draft, you want to have fun with it. Drake May, Marvin Harrison off the board. Team 11 on the clock in the 6th round. 6th round went Jalen Warren, Lamar Jackson, Jordan Tyson, Darian Price, Jonathan Brooks, Harold Fannin, Tucker Kraft, Quentin Johnson, Drake May, and Marvin Harrison. And while we're kind of like on the little back and we've got a few minutes before we need to talk about what we're doing right now, I just want to reach out all the guys that are watching right tonight, because I know we have a majority male dominated audience here. I'm looking at you guys. And I want you guys to think of all the women in your lives that are into football, that are maybe, a little curious about fantasy football. Maybe they just don't know exactly where to start. Those are who I want you to think of when you think of Fangirl football, because we are out here trying to get more women involved in the fantasy space, in the fantasy community, and make it a space where they can come and feel comfortable. If maybe they don't know as much as, maybe their boyfriends or husbands or, other guys, maybe the people in their work league, they want to play, but, maybe they don't know what ADP means or that kind of thing. Right. So if you know somebody like that, please send them our way. That's who we're looking for. We're looking to connect to women who enjoy football and want to get into fantasy. That doesn't mean that you can't come join us if you're super into fantasy. We want you to come and join us as well. But I just kind of want to talk to the guys out there for a second. I want you to be our wingmen out there trying to think of, your daughters, your wives, girlfriends, maybe your mom plays. I know a lot of my friends' moms are super into it. So just kind of think about that. If anybody kind of came to your mind there, I would love for you to send them over to fangirlfootball.com so we can get them connected with some other really cool women in this space who are playing, who are, out there in these leagues that they can kind of befriend and, make those connections. And, I'm really grateful for all the women in my life that play fantasy football that I've had the opportunity to meet through live events like the Scott Fishbowl live drafts, like the Fantasy Football Expo. That's where Wendy and I met and connected there, and in Vegas and drafts there. So Like I said, if that brings anybody to mind, like please send them on over to Fangirl Football. We'd love to have them join our family. Kittle goes off the board at the 12.
Do I have the ability
Yeah.
to? I don't. Can you, Tom? I won't be in Kentucky.
Roman Tuesday. That's a bummer.
I love going there. It is where I first started with 1 or 2 teams a year. Man, when did I start playing in Kentucky?
I started in 2019 there, and I think, what did we team up in 21?
I think 21 or 22. It was the year before COVID, I think. But anyway, it's really hard for me to get there now. It's not a convenient airport to fly into. It's the week my kids' school starts, so it's a tough venue for me to get to. But I love going. It's my favorite, and Vegas is just a lot easier logistically. I always say I'm shooting for next year, but it won't be this year. But I'll be in Vegas coming out there.
Yeah. If anybody out there watching is going to be in Vegas, we are going to be in Vegas the week of Labor Day, drafting out there. So please come, let us know. I'd love to say hi. If we haven't met already. If we have met already, I'd love to say hi in person again. If you can get to a live draft, I don't think there's anything more fun than hanging out with people that enjoy the same hobby that you do, and drafting live. I know a lot of people can't make it, and it's tough to get all over the place. But if you can make it happen, I would highly recommend it. It is an incredible time.
Well, especially Kentucky too. And since we're here, like, it's easy to say that because this is where we're drafting right now. But if you talk to anyone, and even people that have won millions of dollars in Vegas playing this game, Kentucky is Farrell is the consummate host. What does Balky call him? The definitive commissioner. Like,
yes, the commissioner.
Every commissioner should try to emulate Farrell. You think that conference room where he's hosting all those drafts is his home. He makes sure that you're well taken care of, and if you're not having a good time, he's unhappy. He doesn't care how your draft is going. He just wants you to have a good time. So if you can make it to an event, nothing wrong with any of the other ones, events that are going on, to include the inaugural Fangirl Fantasy Football Draft. Kentucky is an absolute awesome event to attend.
Yeah, I can't say enough. I mean, that's honestly that is how I got into drafting in high stakes. I was always just drafting in like home leagues, and just really had no idea that world even existed. And then in 2019, Farrell had been trying to get me to come out for years. Farrell and I are second cousins. So, he'd been trying to get me to come out there for years. And I just was like, no, that's not for me. I don't like spend that kind of money on fantasy football. But he got me one year, and I've never looked back. I went, found my tribe.
Stacy, real quick, Stacy,
talking about that. Yeah.
Pollard or Dowdle?
Yeah, I think we had to go Pollard here.
Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. I walked in immediately and saw a ballroom full of people at multiple draft tables drafting. And I was like, I just knew. I was like, I've found my tribe. Like, I've found my people. And some of my best friends that I made, obviously I met Jim there. I met several other really amazing people from Kentucky, from all around, but that draft there in Louisville every year at the end of August. So if you're around Louisville, if you can get to Louisville at the end of August, it is an amazing event to go to. You're at a casino, you can't go anywhere else. You're surrounded by cornfields. So you're there making those friendships and those relationships. I love Vegas too, but Vegas is tough because like there's so many other, things going on. There's multiple other live draft events and people are kind of scattered a little bit, but in Kentucky, everybody is kind of there, hanging out, getting to know one another, and just kind of building those relationships. So, a little plug for Kentucky, not because we have to, but because we want to and we love it.
Where did shots?
Yeah. All right. Burrow goes off the board. So I've been a little derelict in my duties here with you guys updated. So if anybody's listening to this, if you're watching it, obviously you can see what's going on, but maybe somebody's going to be listening to this later on. 7th round starts off with Roma Dunze, Chris Godwin, DK Metcalf, Josh Downs, Jalen Coker. Team 7 double taps, tight end with Isaiah Likely. We took Tony Pollard at the 6. Wan'Dale Robinson goes. at the 5. Then you got Kyle Pitts, Joe Burrow, and my beloved Sam Laporta. Then we've got 2 teams that have double up on tight end in this league. This is not a tight end premium, but those are still some really great tight ends that I think are going to have a pretty big role on their teams. I really like Isaiah Likely this year, especially if there are some issues with Neighbors getting back to 100% right away. I think Likely has the opportunity to kind of be that number 1 pass catcher there in New York. If that's the case, who knows, right? We don't know yet, but
for the sake of argument, and because it's how I feel about it, I mean,
go.
I feel like Likely had plenty of opportunities in Baltimore, and I don't really think that. I mean, Dart's fine, but is he an upgrade over Jackson?
No.
I mean, I get that there's nobody else there argument, but I feel like Likely's had his chance. And it really makes me hesitant to click him in drafts.
That's fair. I mean, that's absolutely fair. I mean, this is his how many years in the league now?
I don't know. I have to look it up, but I certainly do not like him over Pitts and Laporta.
Yeah, no, Laporta fan. I do worry about Kyle Pitts a little bit because a lot of his numbers last year came with Kirk Cousins and came when Drake London was, banged up. That's my only worry there. And then who knows what's going on with quarterback play. I think Tua had an issue at training camp, and then Penix is still recovering. So I don't know. I think they signed Cooper Rush, right? Did I hear that right? Chat, fact check me on that, but I think they signed Cooper Rush.
You don't think that if there's a quarterback situation that doesn't hurt Bijan either? Like, are you Bijan it too? If you're that worried about if Cooper Rush is starting, do you think
I don't think
going to end up being the number 2 running back in the league?
I mean, I think that's a fair argument, but I think until we see it, I think Bijan is quarterback proof.
I agree. I'm just fine with Pitts for the same reason. I think Tua can throw to the tight end. And I think if you're that worried about the quarterbacks, you shouldn't take anybody. So I'm cool with him and London. Though
London bothers me. I'm not in on London right now. Like, I don't want any part of London.
I like him at a reduced price, but I wouldn't take him. If you look at our draft, I prefer Brown, Collins, Pickens, Waddle. I would probably still take him over Neighbors, Flowers, Higgins, Ladd.
I love AJ Brown here. I'm super high on AJ Brown, and I get it. He's a little bit older this year, but like he's got a chip on his shoulder, man, and like he's ready to come back. And like, I'm
a Pats fan. I'm worried about him. I need you to look at the queue.
Reuniting with Vrabel and his puppy.
But I think I'm
his
just
puppy. He brings out the dog to try to help his image.
I'm just a pessimistic Patriots fan.
That's fine. It's fine. You guys have really struggled over the last few years. I know you guys have had it really rough.
It's been tough. So. Thank you for recognizing that.
It's really been hard, with Brady and Belichick, and
we had a down year. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's sad. You guys went to the Super Bowl. It's so hard. I know everybody in the chat really feels for you. I don't have the number 1 person you've got in the queue. I don't have any of.
Wow, that's amazing. That's finally the best
Kevin
there.
Kevin, you and I are going to have words in Kentucky for taking Kenny Gainwell from me. We're going to have to talk about that. We're going to have a discussion. Kenny Gainwell is so near and dear to my heart. I'm like, he is 100%. I am overly exposed on Kenny Gainwell. Maybe you did me a favor, Kevin, because I need to stop.
Kevin, it's okay. We weren't taking Kenny Gainwell. It's fine. Do you want another running back, or do you want to get this correlated quarterback that seems to have fallen at?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead and get the correlated quarterback. And now that Kenny's gone, I don't care. So
we weren't taking. Listen, I like him too, but I wasn't gonna. I like Rico Dowdle more.
I don't know that anyone's literally ever said that sentence in their lives. I like Rico Dowdle more.
More than Kenny Gainwell?
I mean, maybe his mom. Who knows?
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again this year, maybe before the end of this draft. I can't do the clicky thing where I bring comments up, but do you see Rashawn Farrell will call you directly if you have an issue?
Yes, Farrell will absolutely.
Not that Farrell needs to be propped up any more than he is already in this draft. But Farrell will call you if you have an issue. And not only that, you'll come away with a proud odor of like 3 main event teams. You'll be signing up for a couple of best balls. And you probably have committed to help him run a draft board in Kentucky as well. So talking to him on the phone is usually a pleasure also. And I'm sure all of our 11 league mates in this draft would agree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can, if you're curious, if you haven't met Farrell yet, you can go find him over on the FFPC channel right now. I believe they're going to be doing a Pros versus Joes broadcast, and I'm fairly certain Mr. Elliott's going to be joining that as well. We're the only 2 people in our family that are known for our hair color. So if you know, you know. Alec Pierce goes, Blake Corum goes after we take Jaden Daniels to correlate there with Terry McLaurin. I'm using best ball words in a redraft, Jim. Made me stop. Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden getting steamed up all those boards. Going in the 8th round. I love it. Somebody's been watching NFL Network today.
I think wide receivers are coming up a little bit, and that's why we were able to get Pollard and almost Dowdle.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, again, that's kind of what we talked about, here in Kentucky, the way, you draft when you start those 3 wide receivers and then you have a flex spot. I mean, you have the potential to start 4 receivers. And if that's kind of the build that you want to do, you're going to go after receivers earlier. You're going to start drafting them a little bit sooner than maybe you would necessarily see them off the board in other drafts. So, it makes sense that these guys are getting pushed up a little bit.
Sorry, I couldn't even wait for you to finish talking. First of all, you don't have to start 4 receivers. It's 3 in a flex. I love the strategy of just looking at that flex as solely a wide receiver spot. And I'm really happy to hear you refer to it that way, that you have to start 4 wide receivers. But just so everybody knows, you don't have to. It's just...
You don't have to, but you can. Jim, you saying that you can't wait to hear me stop or wait for me to stop talking is a phrase that many of my exes have also shared. So.
No, I've never said it.
Little self-deprecating humor. Cortland Sutton off the board goes pairing with Chris Godwin, Rasheed Rice, and CeeDee Lamb. I can't talk. Dak Prescott to Team 12. Here are the QBs. I'll roll this up just a little bit more.
I really do. I don't know how the rest of Kentucky season is going to go, but it really, we had talked about taking more running backs than either you or I prefer this year. Me taking 1 is already more than I prefer. You taking 1 is probably about average. It does feel very comfortable looking at how they started to go in rounds 5 on that we took 4 to start. And a lot of that sometimes depends on where you're drafting. Obviously, it depends on the rest of the room, but it's nice to know that starting drafts with less than usually prefer running backs can still work out.
It can. I mean, it physically pains me to have to take a running back that early, but if you've been drafting kind of all summer, you guys know that the way things are going, right? Those running backs are kind of getting pushed up. So if you want a decent one, you are going to have to take them a little bit earlier than you might feel comfortable. I don't know. Maybe you enjoy drafting running backs. I personally don't. But that's just me. But this year, I mean, that's the way things are rolling right now. So
I know you're not a fan of that one.
Jalen Hurts? No, I'm not a fan of Jalen Hurts.
No, Breece Hall. Our soul.
Breece Hall?
So,
that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, they've got to give the ball to somebody in the Jets, right? So they can score their 1 touchdown a game that they're probably going to average.
Gino's performed, man.
I personally am offended for Gino that he has to go back to the Jets for a second tour of duty with them.
It's redemption.
Is it though?
The only thing that can go wrong is he goes out and tears ACL in the first play, second play.
Oh my God! Don't even say that, Aaron.
Fine, then we can get covered.
Jeez. There goes Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert won us a lot of money last year.
Not from in
Vegas. No.
Not from round 9.
But he was responsible. I think he was responsible for a lot of the success on that team. Well, him and Mike Show grinding waivers for us every week. That's what was responsible for the success there. J.K. Dobbins goes off the board to Team 9. He joins a running back room of Chase Brown and Ken Walker. Caleb Williams to Team 8. We are on deck.
How do you feel?
What you think? I mean, we have to. It's gross, but we have to. I see what you've done there in the queue, and it's kind of icky, but
I wanted Mason. Which one? Not the third one. We can talk about it.
No. I've seen the first one that you've got there, and I think
we don't have to do that. We just can't take Guy or Jones. We could take JCM if you want. We could take Tyrone Tracy.
I don't hate JCM. I don't hate JCM here.
Let's take Keaton Mitchell.
Not right now.
Fine. Well, JCM?
Yeah.
All right. That's so boring.
Oh, Sean is spiraling. Sean's crashing out over our rejection of the
player. Oh, because we didn't take Chuba? Yeah, I like Chuba too. I just didn't want to argue Sean. I think that might have. I mean, he is the starter. Sean might not help us anymore.
What do we chat? What do you think about? Yeah, listen. What do you think about Jonathan Brooks? Do we believe it? Sean is quitting. Sean is our fantasy football consultant this evening, this draft. Justin, the newly engaged Justin Herbert, off the board to Mr. Williamson's Bourbon City Ballers. Manungai. He's back at practice today. I don't know if you guys saw that.
He's not here. He retired, didn't he?
Who? Chuba?
The Sony Michel.
So I don't know. Where are you getting Sony Michel?
He wrote Consigliere. It was
Consigliere. Yeah. We're doing Godfather references.
It's a dodgeball reference.
I went Godfather. You went dodgeball.
Yeah. This is my fitness Consigliere, Michelle.
Oh, man. Michael Wilson to Team 2. Team 1 is on the clock to finish out that 9th round. We've been a little slow tonight. Thanks to everybody who's hanging out in the chat over on Instagram, watching us on YouTube. Appreciate all you guys. We're at 55 minutes and we're not even in the 10th round yet.
We're partially responsible for that.
Yeah, probably so. Whoops. Jim is furiously typing away into the private chat.
Sean says computer crashed.
His computer crashed, or did he just crash because of the JCM?
It might have crashed into a wall.
You remember last year when we were taking JCM? Everybody we saw him in training camp, and it just like blew up.
Sean was the one who put it. I mean, if you're gonna call it out, Sean's the one who put us on to him. Sean started taking him around 18, a lot of drafts last year, and then training camp started, and he steamed up in around 8, and then Sean stopped taking him, rightfully so. So,
we did that. That's the plug right there for drafting during the summer. You know, like everyone's like, why are you drafting fantasy football teams in July? That's why. You can go get guys for really cheap that you're not going to be able to get, except unless you want to pay like a huge price for it a lot later, come August and early September, so you can get those guys. You can get really great value, especially if you really like rookies.
Before you try to counter with like Ricky Peelshaw or something like that, you can drop that player. You can't pick up JCM. You can't draft him in round 18 anymore. You can always drop Ricky Peelshaw. So it's getting, if you want to draft if you play in Kentucky, you start drafting the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They do their Super Bowl Sunday, contest. So if you're a degenerate like we are, you want to get in really early, you can draft Super Bowl Sunday for the season ahead. We've drafted in those before. It's a good time. I mean, like again, if you really
not only if you drafted in those, we won the inaugural year.
We did right here. That's this one right here. I'll bring it down. Oh, well, yeah. Also, plug for Kentucky. There's not a lot of leagues that do trophies out there these days, but You can go to Kentucky, bring you home something nice. Oh, we're on the clock. Oh,
Yeah, I know. I want the same person I wanted last time, but if you want
it's
to
fine.
take that
And he's here, so if you'd like him, go for it.
unless you'd rather take that wide receiver.
Why don't you push it? Well, let's push that one. That's fine. Are you going to do it?
I'm thinking. I think we should take the wide receiver.
Okay, then take the wide receiver.
Uh,
I'm not going to be upset about Jaden Reed. So
yeah. Sean is. Let's see what he says.
I know Sean again is like, I'm done with you people. Like, what's
so clear that out. Yeah. The only reason I said that, and I don't know if people agree with me or not, but I think that
that hurts. That hurts a little bit. Keaton Mitchell going right after.
He wasn't coming back, and I knew that.
No, I agree.
But the thing is, when at some point, what we don't really have a need there. The team's pretty well balanced.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at what's surrounding, there's a lot more options at running back than there are at wide receiver. And I think after Jaden Reed, it gets a little bit gross.
I agree.
At running back, I think there's still a couple people that we're okay with. They might not have quite the same potential we're hoping for with Keaton Mitchell, but there's still other players in the position we're fine with, which is why I said make it. Would I have much rather had Keaton Mitchell? Yes, but I'm still a tier-based drafter. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I am. So.
Yeah. All right, Jaden Higgins from the Texans goes after Brock Purdy and the aforementioned Keaton Mitchell. Team 10 is on the clock. Deebo Samuel. That's only going to get worse. Like, you're just going to keep seeing Deebo get, higher and higher in the drafts.
Do you think Washington's offense is going to be super good this year?
What does super good mean? Because they were pretty atrocious.
Good enough to take a wide receiver, quarterback, and running back all from the same offense. Because that would have been another reason to take Chuba.
Well, I mean, I think, honestly, I haven't given them much thought, really. But I think they're going to be, obviously they're going to be better. Everybody's healthy. So they're going to go in and they're going to be better. Can they recapture Jane Daniels' rookie season? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they've got a new offensive coordinator. They've got pretty scant wide receiver room after Terry McLaurin. You've got Antonio Williams there. The potential that they could still sign somebody. Diggs, Keenan Allen are both still available. So they could definitely go out and get somebody. Don't think they're going to get Brandon Ayuk. Hopefully that tattoo I saw of the Commanders logo was fake, because that would be a rough look for him. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm not sure with Washington. I'm not sure what to think with them. Onyx off the board to team 12. It looks like we've got a couple teams now that are deciding to go and grab themselves a second QB. Jim, what are your thoughts on grabbing a second quarterback early in a single QB format?
Unless the value presents itself, the way I described this last year, I think I'm going to stick to it. But the earlier I take a QB, the later I wait to take a second one. So that team, team at 7 where he took Josh Allen with 3, because these are deep rosters, I would probably still take a second one with Allen, although in some cases not. I guess it kind of depends on if there's somebody I like there in the last couple rounds. Like last year, Matt Stafford was going undrafted in some leagues. I'd take a player like that at the end of a draft. Other than that, maybe not. If you look at Lamar Jackson in May, that second QB might be a little sooner, around 15. If you look at these other teams in the middle, just past for redraft, I would back them up. These are quarterbacks that have questions, are not as strong as those running QBs. So, Prescott with Knicks, I think that's pretty good. Prescott should be fine. Knicks could also be good, and then just making sure they don't have the same bye week. So the closer, the later you take a QB, the sooner I take a second one. That's how I look at it.
When you're drafting, is bye week, because this came up at the expo in a question from the redraft panel. when you're drafting, are you looking at bye weeks for anybody other than your quarterbacks?
No. I mean, at some point, yes, to make sure that I have a season covered.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I'll go the first. I guess it depends on how long the draft is too. With 20 rounds, we're going to get somebody. It's kind of difficult to make sure I don't have anybody.
Yeah.
Like look at our team. We didn't pay attention to that with Adams, Reed, and Brown. I don't care.
Right.
We still have starters. We're going to get more. So especially in these rosters, not so much. If it's a smaller team, maybe. But talent is talent. I'll figure it out later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also like in best ball. I'll even like that whole strategy, like take all your zeros in 1 week.
Right.
I don't think the whole team, but positionally, I'm even okay with that. One of my best. I don't really like to play underdog, but one of my best underdog teams didn't have a quarterback 1 week and it made it to the point. It was the only team that made it to any sort of money. So,
well, I think too we had that happen in Kentucky, didn't we? A couple years ago.
Yeah, our best. Wait till after we pick, and I'll tell that story.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, I was just looking through the list of available players right now. I got to tell you, we're only in round 11, and it is gross. It's starting to get gross.
I like.
We're on the clock.
Huh?
We're on the clock.
Yeah, I like Chris Rodriguez since we missed on Tootin. You like Tyrone Tracy? I'm okay with that. I like Spears.
I do like Tracy. Do you think I also threw another running back in the queue there? I don't know how you feel about him.
I'd rather see if he comes back.
That's fine. I would like Tracy here if we can make that happen.
Our second year playing together, we had a late round Mahomes team, and it was, I think, Mahomes' best season. This is probably embarrassing to tell in this group of people, but I was doing waivers and I realized we had a kicker on a bye, and I don't even remember. It was the backup quarterback for Miami, but we needed a starter, and I dropped him for a kicker, and we didn't have a QB that weekend. We still won that matchup, and we placed 4th overall in the Kentucky tournament that year.
Yep.
So yeah, bye weeks don't matter.
For those of you that maybe you're like, wait a minute, why didn't you just go pick somebody up? So in this tournament and in a lot of the other high stakes tournaments, there are 2 waiver runs during the week, and you're not going to have the opportunity to go just grab somebody as a free agent. You're going to have to use your fab dollars to go get somebody off of waivers, and you're only going to have 2 opportunities during the week to do that. So you do have to kind of pay a little bit of attention. You can't, don't let yourself get in that kind of situation, because it probably worked out for us in a way that it would never work out ever again for us at all. We'll never be that lucky ever again.
Who did we play? Good chance we played somebody in this room that weekend.
I mean, there's a great chance. Yeah.
But I think it was Ralph Chavon.
Maybe Ralph. If you're watching, can't wait to see you in Kentucky. Ralph from Sarasota, Florida. Yeah, this queue works. I think I'm okay with any of those people there.
A little early for some, but I'm just getting them in.
Yeah.
Really, really the main goal is to not accidentally draft Ricky Pearsall.
My God, that I just wish, like, just take him off. Like, when those guys are out for the season, like, please just remove them from the queue so that doesn't happen. Because, like, poor Chris Brazel is in here at Brazil. I don't know how you say his name, but he's in here too. You got to scroll further down.
It should only take like 1 or 2 weeks of them getting zeros to drop down.
Tank Bigsby off the board, round 11. So you guys are up to speed. Round 11 started with Team 12. They took Worthy, Aaron Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Cyrus Allen, who is just climbing up those boards. Jake Ferguson, Casey Concepcion, Tyrone Tracy is who we took at the 6. Rashid Shaheed, Khalil Shakir, Travis Hunter, Tyler Algier, and Tank Bigsby round out the 11th round. Guys, if you're still here, thanks so much for watching and hanging out with us. And if you are a lady and you are new here, please go on over to fangirlfootball.com and join your family over there, your football family. It is free to sign up, and we have lots of leagues that are drafting all the time, so you can check those out. And if you are in Florida, if you like to travel to Florida, please consider coming on and joining us at our Fangirl Draft weekend in Tampa, August 21st through 22nd. Lots of cool things, lots of cool prizes that we're going to be giving away. And if it helps, push the needle at all, my esthetician is going to be there doing some Botox and some B12 shots for everyone. Can't get that at regular drafts that all the guys go to, can you? First defense off the board, the Rams.
Yeah, top of our queue just destroyed from Goff to the Rams. Is that?
That's rough.
Yeah, whatever.
How do you feel about Houston defense?
How do you feel about Houston?
I love Houston. I love Houston's defense. I'm not a defensive mind over here at all. But I would probably be willing to bet what are they probably best defense.
I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go too deep in the analysis, but I think for this, I think Houston is the pick. I'm just going to do it. So I think we talked about defenses at the top of the draft. It seems counterintuitive and very uncomfortable to take a defense this early. And honestly, it's weird. There's teams that take 3 defenses in Kentucky, and I don't hate it all the time.
No.
If you want to watch the schedule and stuff, you could set yourself up for 30 points for the first 4 weeks of the season just by taking the right 3 defenses if you're watching the schedule. Aubrey's a fun pick there too. I'll talk about that in a second. But the Rams, Rams are my favorite defense. That was who I wanted to take there. With Myles Garrett, even without Myles Garrett, I think they'd have been okay. They made a lot of changes to make it better, but Myles Garrett, with what he did in Cleveland for all those years, Cleveland was a great defense to have in Kentucky, even though it's been a shitty team for ever. Because and then the last couple of years just because of Myles Garrett. Houston, I know everybody's excited about Clowney. It didn't make a difference to me. I would have taken Houston there anyway. You see a third defense go off Seattle, which is a good defense last year. That's the way Kentucky kind of goes. I think a lot of people complain about it. I kind of like it. I just like different stuff. I think that I think it's another layer of strategy. It can backfire. It can really screw you over. But I like the I don't know how many dimensions it is, but the new dimension that it kind of brings, even though you're paying a lot of money for teams, because I think it's more predictable than people think. Yeah, there's still variance. You can still get screwed. Don't get me wrong. But matter of fact, speaking of Farrell, and if I'm talking too much, let me know. But I had a conversation with Farrell probably 7 or 8 years ago where I was lamenting a bad matchup, and there was just nothing I could do. And I was like, I guess I'm just going to pick up Pittsburgh's defense because it's the only way I think I can randomly get 40 points. And he's like, yeah, you're right. This is the only league where if you need to come from behind, you can go to the waiver wire and be like, I need to swing for the fences. And it's not the wide receiver 4 from Miami is going to get me there. But one of the 32 defenses just randomly could. Miami in the playoffs, was it 4 years ago? Whatever. So it's a different dimension. It's not for everybody, but I really enjoy it. And if you're going to play Kentucky, like it or not, you got to incorporate it into your draft strategy. I'll put my soapbox away.
No, it's absolutely true. You do. I can't tell you how many years. There were 2 years in a row where I absolutely got just screwed by the Cowboys defense. Going into a championship weekend, thinking that my team had a good shot at winning, and then just to be absolutely destroyed by a 30-point performance by the Dallas Cowboys defense. It's absolutely brutal. Yeah, Brenton Strange off the board. They're in the 12. So the 12 goes Jared Goff, Chris Rodriguez, the Rams defense and special teams. Zach Charbonnet, Travis Kelce. We took Houston. Jalen McMillan, Brandon Aubrey, first kicker off the board, 2-team 8. And then you got the Seattle defense, Jonah Coleman, Isaiah Pacheco, and Brendan Strange.
I kind of wish Sean was on to talk about why Brandon Aubrey is going in the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round. Well, not 9th, 11th and 12th round in high stakes. He's been talking about it since May. I can assure you. Aubrey kicks touchdowns. Like, not that other kickers aren't good. There's an argument out there that I think it's Myers with Seattle. Is that who actually had more points than Brandon Aubrey? But even though he's more consistent, he's not a dude that I guess he can sometimes. Aubrey, you can count on more to go out and like win games, to put out as much points as a quarterback in some games, which is kind of crazy. And also, perhaps more importantly, his bye week is late enough in the season. Yeah, there you go, Tom. Aubrey will score more points than your bench, most likely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to score more points than your flex, probably.
Again, another counterintuitive thing. We should probably all evolve as the game evolves. I'm not saying you should start taking kickers generally in round 12 or 13, but this prior soccer player who was just watching people kick field goals and couldn't make a team was like, hey, I can do that. And he most certainly does. I've seen some really, 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 really sharp players taking Aubrey higher than round 12. Again, sorry. Get off my
No, it's okay. I'm just throwing a few more options in the queue. So starting round 13, Denver's defense and special teams off the board, Marshawn Lloyd, who apparently has a really cool nickname according to the Green Bay offense. He's the Yeet Cannon. I don't know. I'm going to have some 13-year-old explain what that means to me. We got Kyron Allen, we got Tajay Spears, and Woody Marks are off the board. Team 7 is on the clock, and we are on deck.
Stacy, look at the top of the queue. There's a player that you have been saying.
Absolutely. Smash, 100%.
Go for it. I'll make a deal with you. I'll take him if he's still there, but if he goes, I want number 2.
That's fine.
Damn it. Okay.
Is that what just happened?
No, I wish. we got you. No. I'm upset that he was still there.
Did we – wait a minute. I think our draft board – we took Alvin Kamara?
Isn't that who you wanted?
No. I mean, I put it in the queue. I do. I'm fine with it. I thought you were going a different direction. I'm just not going to.
He was at the.
I'll put it in the private chat.
He was at the top of the queue, so that's what I meant. Sorry, my bad.
Okay,
that's okay. I could have waited.
In my queue, somebody else was at the top of the queue.
Obviously. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I put it in the private chat.
Oh, you like this guy?
Yeah, I do, and I haven't been able to get any shares of Kamara yet. Look, I get it. He's old. Everybody thought he was going to retire, right? But the Saints signed him. They brought him back. I think they probably thought he was going to retire, too. But you can't tell me that when it gets in close, they're not going to use him to run it in, or use him in the passing game too. And I hate that for good old Travis over there, whose last name I can't pronounce right now. He's going to have more use than it's going to be comfortable with for, I think, a lot of people. So maybe next year. Damn it, there it goes. Number 2 took the guy that I was hoping for in Dylan Sampson.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Should have talked through it. My bad. It's our first stream.
It is. We're rusty, folks. This is the peek behind the curtain over here.
Usually we'll talk more too, to be honest with you. The only reason I don't want to is because it's my Kentucky draft.
And also there's draft etiquette, if you're doing a live stream, you don't want to talk about players that haven't been taken yet. You don't want to influence.
I don't mind if you're drafting, that doesn't count. If you're drafting, that doesn't count.
I don't like to do it. I'll just put it that way.
I don't like.
Oh my God, there's somebody that you put in the queue that I might throw my phone across the room if we have to.
That was the deal. No, that was the deal where I said if we don't get number 1, it's number 2. I don't think
That's fair.
The only I'll wait till we get
our consigliere left us. He quit. Oh, there goes Stribling. Okay, so Stribling rounds out the 12th. Oh, is it no, that's the 13th round. I'm sorry. Guys, don't forget this is a 20 round draft. We are 1 hour, 17 minutes in. Those of you that are hanging with us, I salute you. You are our ride or dies. I love it.
They're still drafting with us.
They are still drafting. It's still going. Love it. It's a season, man. August, it's here. Like we are in the thick of it now. Like are we doing drafts every day? We've done drafts every day since Friday. Did we do one on Friday? We did Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
No, not Friday, because Friday was Bill Burr.
Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
You want Ricky Pierce?
Those of you Reddit fans, I'm going to be doing an Ask Me Anything on Reddit on Friday. This coming Friday, starting at 11 a.m. So put that in your calendars if you're interested. You can get in and ask me some questions, ask me some good ones. I'm ready to hang out with you guys for an hour and a half doing that. That's going to be a good time. Did that for the first time last year. I had to create a Reddit account. I didn't have one. Omar Cooper Jr. in the 14th round, going Trey Tucker, Tyler Shuck, one of my favorite late round quarterbacks to snag, going to Tom there at the Yum Yums. I'm very jealous you paired him there with Jordan Tyson so nicely. Just chef's kiss. I love it. I love it more if you weren't playing against us, but since you are. Juwan Johnson off the board there. That's another great tight end. If you kind of punted on tight end and waited a little bit to go grab, this is going to have a big role there for the Saints, who I think are going to be a kind of a sneaky offense this year. Second year there with Tyler Shuck kind of getting in the groove. I foresee a lot of very fun NFC South games with the Saints in it. Jordan James. Yeah. So we're on the clock now. I would if it's me personally, I would go tight end there, or there's actually hold on. I like that QB that's at number 3.
I like the one at 7 more.
I don't have 7 players in my queue. I only have 6.
Okay, yeah, this room's freezing. I don't want to take that quarterback yet. I would like to wait. If you want to take Schultz, it's fine. If you want to take Schultz, we can take Schultz.
Can we take Schultz? I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it.
Oh my God, are we on auto draft? What?
I should have done it. Even though you said I should have done it.
Oh my God, no! What happened there?
We didn't take Schultz in time. The room is choppy.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
So I know that's upsetting, but that is, I mean, he was at the top of the queue because
I'm upset that we auto drafted. I've given over to your Jaden Blue obsession.
Okay, cool. Well, then don't worry about it because we got the right guy, and it's because we were talking through it anyway, and we are the reason that the room's running slow. I'm sorry, everybody, but
we're not completely the reason.
I'll pick them all. At least it didn't auto pick Ricky Pearsall.
Oh my God, that would have been tragic. I would have been on the phone with Farrell immediately.
I wish the queues were updating better. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
I don't know me.
So after we took James Blue, Brian Flournoy off the board, and then followed by the Philly defense.
Sean's saying the room's running slow too, so I don't know what that is. I don't know. Not sure what to do about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably nothing we can do about it.
Well, we're just going to have to talk, and Tom's going to know what we're talking about. Yeah.
It's okay. T-Ferg, Terrence Ferguson off the board to team 9, followed by Kalen Black. We are in round 14, guys. I think we're looking at a 2-hour stream tonight.
I know Vegas goes fast, and it's been a minute since I drafted a Kentucky team, but I also remember Kentucky drafts going a little bit longer anyway.
Yeah.
Even though, again, this is partly our fault.
Partly. We will accept responsibility for part of
It
that.
is running. It is running choppy.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you see who it is now?
You mean who's in the queue?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to talk about it anyhow.
I think I know who's in the queue.
Okay. Yeah, right. We'll talk it over when we get there. I'm not super worried about it.
Yeah. Brian Robinson goes to team 11 to finish up round 14. Yeah. Yeah. So now let's see how many defenses are off the board now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I feel like somebody loves you, Cooper DeJean.
Listen, who doesn't love Cooper DeJean? Come on. What a fun player to watch. I think, where did Reed Blankenship end up? Did he end up in Houston? I think. I'm just really upset that they broke up the Exciting Whites. Jawan Jennings.
I'd have to look.
I think he ended up in Houston. Don't quote me on that, but I feel confident. I feel confident about that. Jawan Jennings at the 12 spot to the El Chupacabras. What's a chupacabra? Is it like a mythical beast? Is it like Bigfoot?
Yeah, it's a big devil thing.
Oh.
Ask the chat. I'm looking at other teams.
Justice Hill off the board. I think Tom might be the only one in the chat.
The only one.
Stop.
That's all right.
What is a chupacabra? Tom and Sean. I need to know who that is.
Oh, 12? Well, you can.
I can't look right now. I will look later. Okay, guys, round 15, kicking off with Justice Hill. It's getting kind of. Oh, there goes Kyler Murray.
Then.
Yeah, it is. It's getting a little thin here, but so again, 20 round draft. This is kind of things are going to start. Kind of just that's that way at this point. Danielle, thank you. Thank you. Danielle's got my back here. The chupacabra is a legendary cryptid known for attacking livestock, originating in Puerto Rico, often explained as a mangy canine. Ooh, the mangy canines. I think chupacabra sounds way better and cooler than mangy canine.
All this talk about football, and Danielle jumps in with chupacabras. Thank you.
Danielle,
Also, Danielle, those drafts are online, so if you're not going to the main event, you should sign up for.
Exactly, Danielle. Hopefully, you are a part of the Fangirl family, and you are signed up for at least one of our online drafts. If not, coming to our event in Tampa, August 21st through 22nd. The 21st, we're gonna have a great happy hour the night before, so we can just connect, get to know everybody. And then on the 22nd, we are going to be doing that live draft there at the Aloft Tampa in Midtown, which is right down the street from the Bucks Stadium. If you are in town, you're a Bucks fan, they are doing a preseason game that night. They're playing the Chiefs. So I can't promise that Taylor Swift will be there, but you never know. Just throwing that out there if that again pushes the needle for anybody. Thank you for taking Dalton Schultz, one of my fave late round tight ends. Dalton Schultz is great, guys. Go ahead and talk about Dalton Schultz for a second, because I have stats that I want to share on Dalton Schultz. So go for it for a second if you want.
I'm not going to talk about him, but I am going to say you wanted him last round when we took Jaden Blue, which is obviously the right call because Dalton Schultz came back around. Real quick before we talk about Dalton Schultz, well, I'll let it go. So
yeah, Dalton Schultz. One of only a handful of tight ends that had over 100 targets last year. He had 106 targets, 82 receptions, which brings him in at third amongst tight ends. Last season, three touchdowns. Okay, not great. We know our tight ends are a little touchdown dependent. But if you are playing in a PPR league, you're taking a tight end there who had tied actually with Jake Ferguson for the third most overall receptions. So that's 82 points right there if you're in a full point PPR. I'm just saying, right? Everybody forgets about it, but CJ Stroud loves Dalton Schultz. Just throwing that in there. Shout out to my mom who just joined the Instagram live. What's up, Barb? Thanks for hanging with us tonight. All right, Cameron Dicker, second kicker off the board. We can't curse anymore, Jim, if my mom's watching. So
okay, I think I've been doing pretty well, to be honest.
You have been.
We've been drafted a player.
I know we've been doing pretty good. We're all right. Denzel Boston off the board. We got a lot more of those defenses that just were kind of.
Getting ripped. I wanted. Oh, that sucks. I wanted him. Never mind. I don't care.
Trey Harris.
Yeah, that was the only thing I was going to discuss. I think that. No, I guess we'll wait a little bit more to talk about.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Baltimore Chargers. For those of you that are listening and not watching at home, went off the board along with Hunter Henry. Swinging on into round 16, Dicker the kicker goes off the board. He's a great TikTok follow. If you guys are on TikTok, highly recommend Dicker the kicker. Also Jake Ferguson, also very fun TikTok follow. He rates sandwiches that his wife makes him. And that's the content that he's bringing you on TikTok, and it is I'm here for it. It's pretty great. Malik Washington, Adonai Mitchell go off the board as well, and now we're on the clock again. Yes. Take that QB, please.
Okay. I was looking the matchup up, but I think it worked out. They play the Vikings, whatever.
I love it. Jordan Love, that's who we're taking as our QB number 2 there in round 16. Everybody forgets about Jordan Love. I think they just kind of sleep on them a little bit.
It's not the Vikings. I lied.
I mean, obviously I'm a Packer fan, so I'm going to talk up their offense, but get ready, guys. Fine. I think he outproduces his draft capital this year.
Yeah, he's gonna have a Stafford this year.
Oh yeah. Do you think there's a player that could be the Stafford? So like everybody, right? We talked about Stafford earlier. Was basically free last season, MVP year, right? Is there anybody that you can think of that could be the Stafford of 2026?
The easy answer and well, I would say Dak, but he goes earlier. So I think it's actually I think he went earlier in this. I think it's actually Goff who went a little bit earlier this year. I only say that because and I'm not the one that makes this. I mean, I don't pick ADPs. I wasn't the one who last year. I was big on Stafford, but I was not the one making the point. Like Adams and Puka are going in the first and third rounds. Why would his quarterback go undrafted? It's not as drastic for Goff, but you have his running back who catches passes and his wide receiver 1 going in the first round, and his wide receiver 2 goes in the 4-5. His tight end goes in the 5-6 range. That's four players that all go typically before round 6, depending on what format you're in. But he goes after QB, just maybe he's inside the top 12, usually outside it. I think he has a chance to put up the same type of numbers that Stafford did last year. That's
Rashad Bateman. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You can argue, like, if you look at Prescott, and I think there's another like Burrow, right? Their wide receivers go higher, but they get drafted higher. He's the only one that goes that late whose weapons go as early as everybody else's. Okay, I'm done again.
That's okay. After we took Jordan Love, Rashad Bateman, Malik Willis, Jacksonville defense off the board, Minnesota defense as well, I forgot to mention them, goes to team 7. How do you feel about Kyler Murray this year?
We had him in the queue before he went. I think, you know what, Murray's another one, right? I guess I guess you left it open for me. The only difference
Teamwork.
with Murray is that he's kind of sucked so far, so he needs some things to happen to like.
Yeah.
We know Goff is pretty good. Murray, I believe in Kevin O'Connell. I believe in the weapons that are there. I don't believe no matter what you do, you can make Kyler Murray taller. I enjoyed more than most people and continue to remember him taking a snapped ball right to the face. And then in the blue tent, two downs later. So I think he's probably fine. I guess the question, like, do you mean how is he going to be as a QB, like supporting Justin Jefferson, or like Murray, like where will he finish?
I guess what I'm saying is like, do you think he could be like a Stafford like player, kind of like candidate, where you're getting him really late in drafts, and he's going to just significantly outproduce the price that you're paying for him right now?
I guess the way I would put it is the way I feel about it is this: I think he can, but I would have been comfortable clicking Stafford last year as my only quarterback, and I would have been okay with Goff, or I am okay with Goff this year as my only quarterback. I'm not saying I would necessarily do that, but I'd be more comfortable with it than a lot of other ones. I would not feel comfortable at all with Murray being my only QB. I'd rather pair him.
Right.
I don't know if I'd pair him with Hurts either, to be honest with you. I think if I was going to pair Murray with somebody, I'd want a safer. I mean, not Allen, but Prescott, Daniels, Herbert. Guys that I think are going to be pretty decent, and then hope I get that upside from Murray. I wouldn't want two question marks like that, and that's the difference I think between Stafford and Murray. Is I was pretty confident in Stafford, even with his supposed cracked back. And Tom, I see that. You wouldn't take him. It needs to be pretty. It needs to be the right. I've taken him. It just needs to be the right situation. I wouldn't take him like QB1. Did we take him main event or the pros versus Joes?
No, I don't. I think, did you take? I don't know. We'd have to go back and look. Just for reference, Kyler Murray's best seasons were 2020.
Hang on. Where he was Are you good? Do you want a running back, or do you want a running back or a wide receiver?
Receiver.
Okay, and you're okay with Tesla?
Yeah.
Or you want Calvin Ridley?
Oh God, Tesla. Anyway, Kyler, real quick, his best fantasy seasons were in 2020, where he was putting up 23.7 points per game, and then in 2021, where it was 21.5, and then every season from that has just kind of steadily decreased in fantasy points per game production. I mean, if anybody can do it, right, it's Kevin O'Connell. And I mean, we saw Justin Jefferson get absolutely broken by J.J. McCarthy's poor quarterback play last year. So, hopefully at least for Jefferson's sake, they've got a little bit better quarterback play this year. But
I think that's a separate discussion.
I like that dart throw. I don't hate doing it. I'm not going to do it every draft, but I think you're going for upside when you get this late in drafts. And I think he gives you tremendous upside if everything works out, but you're not drafting him alone.
I do think if you're talking about Jefferson, it's fine. McCarthy being the worst quarterback that Jefferson ever had, and he still had a 1,000-yard season. Like, Murray's not worse than McCarthy. So that's what I like most about him. And that's also another reason I'm kind of like, if I want to have a Jefferson team, I'm also a little more comfortable taking Murray as a QB2, because if it does work out, then you're getting that bonus there too, plus probably his legs. My thing, and I think where I disagree with a lot of people, is even though I'm fine with Jefferson and I'm okay with Murray, it kind of ends there for me. I'm not big on Addison. I'm not big on Jennings. I don't really like Hawkinson. I think that's where I differ from everybody else. Is I'm okay with taking shots on Murray, and I love Justin Jefferson, but I'm not interested in anybody else. And if there's a take that's going to bite me, mom's on, right? If there's a take that's going to bite me, it's going to be that one.
I mean, we like Claiborne late, but pretty much JJ. That's about it.
I mean, running backs, sure.
Right. Real quick, over on the gram, wanted to shout out my buddy Ashley, my season ticket lightning bestie over here, joining us, as well as the Girlfriends in Football podcast. These ladies are going to be joining us at the Fangirl Football Championship draft weekend. Guys, check out their podcast. These girls do an amazing job just getting out a lot of incredible football information, doing some really good interviews. And also, they have a great injury background, so they can give you some really good info on the injured players, and you're hearing from people who are actually in the medical community. So they're going to be joining us at the draft weekend. So if you are, again, trying to decide if you're coming or not, just know that we're going to have a lot of really great, cool women that are going to be hanging out with us at the draft weekend, and we would love for you to be a part of that so you can come meet them as well and just kind of grow your fantasy football tribe. So can't wait for Desi and the girls to come on down. All right, round 18, we got TJ, the aforementioned TJ Hawkinson and Cam Little off the boards. There goes Jerry Judy to Tom's team. He also takes Sean Tucker from me. Tom, you and I are going to talk in Kentucky. We're going to have a discussion.
Are you interested in a running back here? I still feel like we're kind of okay, but
yeah, I feel like we're kind of okay. I think now we probably just need to shore up some receivers.
Okay, good.
You are up next.
Throw some more in.
Oh my God. Mute. That was me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm going to throw, there's at least one rookie that I am a big fan of that I'm going to throw
We're on the clock. We can talk about it.
Oh, okay.
And why isn't it Booty?
No, it's definitely Booty. I didn't realize Booty was still there. But it's definitely Booty.
Yeah, get my homer pick.
Well, I mean, I don't care if it's a homer pick or not. Like, Keyshawn Booty, I think is going to have a huge role there. I would say to the probably over, stating it, but
not that a lot of people get to see my takes, but I've been on Booty since we drafted him. And even though I know Bill,
I'm sorry,
your mom's in the chat, Stacy.
I know.
Be careful. But I know Bill messed him up, but May seems to like him. I know there's talk of him being traded, and I don't want that to happen as a Patriots fan. But if he's on a fantasy team, that you got to think that's only going to help him out anyway.
Yeah.
So I think he's a really solid pick at the end of the drafts.
Yeah. Jake Bates goes after we take Keyshawn Booty. Before that was the Green Bay defense, which is going to look really great once our boy Mike Parsons gets back and gets healthy. We got Kamani Vidal, Jerry Judy, Cam Little, TJ Hawkinson in the 18th round. We are coming up on it. If you've been hanging out with us this entire time, God bless you and thank you for sticking with us. Again, though, there's no other sports on, so I don't know what else you would be watching at this point. Is there anything streaming going on? Is there anything like, I don't know. I don't even have any TV shows that I'm watching right now.
Look, why would you? We have one pick left. You can't be talking about TV shows.
We have 2 picks left, sir.
One of them is a kicker.
Well, that's true. Yes. One is a kicker, so it doesn't count. So we do have to take one. So technically we only have one skill position player left. There goes Otten, Helani, Calvin Ridley.
We could
Keenan Allen.
First.
We are kind of moving along at a good clip here now that we're towards the end of this draft. Again, just thanks to everybody who's stuck with us and watched us, and really appreciate you guys. And if you are a lady and you haven't gone over to fangirlfootball.com yet, check out our site, check out all the resources we have there. If you're just getting into fantasy football, lots of how-tos. If you are a fantasy football pro, there's lots of leagues that you can join. We've got all kinds of leagues. We've got a $100 league right now that's available, all the way on down to some free leagues that are available. So we've got something at just about every price point for you guys out there.
Don't forget, if you sign up for the $100, you can win one of these free entries. that
Exactly.
in what we're playing in right now. And did you go over the prizes for this tournament too, Stacy? I don't remember.
Yeah. So I mean, if you are watching this stream and you're like, hey, I want to get in, I want to do a draft like this, you can do that. You can win a free entry into the Kentucky draft, by playing in the Fangirl Football Championship draft weekend. If you're interested on doing it online, there is that $100 option as well. We're going to have some other ones going up pretty soon that are going to have that prize as well. But yeah, so like the prizes that we've got there, we've got some really cool local businesses that have also donated, some things to the weekend. So we've got the Candle Pour down in Hyde Park. If you're familiar with the Tampa area, they've donated a Candle Pour experience. We've also got Fantasy Pros has donated some subscription to us, and Football Guys has also donated some subscription, as well as some really cool merch that you can get. And then we've also got some, it's called Toffee to Go. If you are from the area, you know how cool that is. It's a great dessert place. And then again, my esthetician from Say Bella Aesthetics is going to be here to do Botox and B12 shots. So it'll be a good time. Harrison Butker goes off the board. We've got Ollie Gordon, LaQuint Allen, AJ Barner, Tank Dell. In round 19, we're on deck. Jim, I say skill player and then wrap it with.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I don't
and
really.
Then we'll just stream kicker if we need to.
Do you have a preference on skill? Do you want Connor, or do you want Zachariah Branch? Do you want running back over receiver?
I think let's go ahead and take a dart throw on Connor and see. I mean, perhaps he does get traded. That's been discussed.
I don't even care. He doesn't need to get traded for me, man. I think he could be the starter the way Hackett sucks. Like,
yeah,
it's. I've never been. I mean, I don't mind putting that out there now. Again, nobody's going to see me draft in Kentucky again, but like, I've never been sold on Love because they signed Connor. Henderson versus Ramondre last year.
Yeah.
I understand how draft capital works. I understand how NFL teams work, but we're seeing that now. Like, we're seeing Hackett be and compete for the starting job. And even if that's not true, not giving Love the number one reps, not giving him the faith and confidence, and putting it out there like, you're going to work for your job. Like, that's not helpful for a team. And does that bode well for Connor? Not necessarily, but like, if Love stumbles out the gate, Connor's the one that's going to be the recipient of that. And if you can get that player in round 20, a dude who's getting 50% of the carries, I mean, you're paying that price for Tyrone Tracy in 11.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby's not getting 50% of carries. So I think Connor's a great bet. And if he doesn't, it's round 20, which is my favorite argument for any crappy player of all time.
Exactly.
Like,
it's the end of the draft. Yeah. And you can cut him. You can drop him, right? Because this is redraft. So we have waivers. So it's not like this is best ball where you're going to be stuck, with whoever it is that you're drafted, and that's just your team. Like, if these, if something happens, you get an injury, you get a player that you've taken a dart throw on that it just doesn't work out, drop them. Not a big deal.
Did Cole Kmet last year?
Oh, Cole Kmet.
Stacy, can you bring up Tom's? I don't have the ability to bring up.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tom, thanks for hanging out with us in the chat and doing the draft with us tonight. Just really appreciate you and everything. Definitely looking forward to seeing you soon. I'll be seeing you in Kentucky here at the end of the month. Can't wait.
Yeah, I really enjoy drafting in Vegas for different reasons. Drafting in Kentucky, but I love Kentucky. The people, the atmosphere. Obviously, we talked over the commissioner. Just a totally different draft. Honestly, I've heard others say this as well. I think Kentucky's harder. I'm not sure. It's not exclusive. Anybody can play there. Farrell's always looking for people to play, but there's just something about the vibe and everybody there. And honestly, everybody being in that room, just knowing that the person they're looking at is a phenomenal drafter. Like, everybody you walk up to, like, you're an expert. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it's just kind of a cool thing. You can have that conversation as people bounce them off people. So, just, it's the vibe, the atmosphere, but also, the things that you can pick up and learn being there, because you're in a room with the greatest drafters in the world. And I'm not saying that's not true in Vegas either, but there's a lot more people there, and you don't get the same atmosphere with a tight-knit community. So
yeah, I mean, that's 100% correct. And it's, I've always felt like drafting in Kentucky has kind of helped me become a better drafter overall, because I am drafting against so many incredibly sharp players there that I've got to step up my game, and I'm looking and seeing, okay, like what are they doing? How are they approaching drafts? So if that's kind of what you're looking for too, and you're looking to kind of, elevate your drafting and kind of step up your game a little bit, Kentucky's a great place to do that. And
Do you care?
we are on deck. I don't care. I know what you're going to do. Yeah. Jim with the homer pick and his New England Patriots kicker there in round 20. We are coming up on an hour. I think we'll probably wrap this in about an hour and 50 minutes, maybe if everybody plays along here in the draft. Thanks again to just everybody who is hanging out in the chat, everybody watching us online tonight. It's just been so fun to kind of get back in the draft streets and do these streams with you guys. It's been great. And again, ladies out there, please come on over, join us at fangirlfootball.com. Guys that are listening, think of all the women in your life who are into football that would really enjoy having a lot of other women that they can kind of hang out, watch those games with, make those connections with, and send them over to fangirlfootball.com as well. We appreciate all you guys out there being our fangirl wingmen, especially Jim. Thank you for doing the stream with us tonight. I know that this is, it's late, takes a long time, out of your day. So I appreciate you doing that. And again, guys, just fangirlfootball.com if you want some more information about our community. And love to, see you guys over there. And hopefully you guys can make it down to Tampa August 21st, August 22nd. There's still plenty of time to sign up. And again, if you can't make it, but you still want to draft with us, you can go do it that in an online fashion. If you go on fangirlfootball.com, you can check out the leagues tab. And that's going to have all of our leagues that are available. But we would love to see you in person if we can make it happen. So hopefully we can. And again, if you're in Kentucky or in Vegas this year, come out and say hey to Jim and I. We'd love to meet you. That was a lot.
Yeah, I got nothing to add. Agreed, which I think we said we wouldn't do on the show, but I do anyway.
Yeah. Kevin, Bermondsey Ballers, thank you for being in the draft tonight. Thanks for hanging with us. We got two more picks. Actually, one more pick left. I think the board is lagging a little bit.
I would, at the end of the shows, we're at 2 hours. I don't think we should do it, but it is fun to review other teams and see where it stacks up. So if you can always put comments in after the show is done recording, though. So if you want to go in and talk about which team you like or generate some conversation that way, feel free.
Yeah, absolutely. Atlanta defense is the last pick in our draft here, our Mr. Irrelevant, if you will. Again, everybody, just thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight and watching the stream. Just appreciate you. If you had a good time tonight, please make sure to give us a like and subscribe and follow. You can find me online at Stacy_Perez83. Jim, do you want to give the people your Twitter handle?
No, it's going to be this one soon.
Okay. All right. So Jim's getting that fixed. And again, hopefully we will see you over at fangirlfootball.com. Guys, make sure to give us a subscribe so that you know when we are live. We're going to be doing some more of these before the season kicks off. But other than that, have a great rest of your Monday night, and we'll see you guys later.